All right, welcome to our channel. This is the first project we have. We are going to be replacing this step slash mini deck on the front of our cottage. It's kind of rotting out right now. I built it probably 10 or 12 years ago out of old wood, and it is really kind of rotten now. We've lost boards, just needs to be replaced. So here's the new wood over here that my dog promptly peed on, so that's awesome. There's the wood for the structure of the deck, and here's the wood for the deck boards to go on top. So let's get to it. The first thing we have to do is rip off the old deck. So I got my wrecking bar here, and we'll go to it. So rotten. So rotten. Look at that. Came right up. That's a long board. This deck is 13 feet long. So I had a bit of trouble fitting I bought 14-foot long boards, but it took me, I had to cut off a foot of them just to get them to fit in the trailer right. Okay, so now the old deck is cleared out of the way. My idea is to run 2 or 3 of these beams across these 3 I-beams, right? And then what I'm going to do is cut, I'll show you in this one, I marked it out. Going to cut like a 1 or 2 inch notch, probably just like 1.5 inches or so out of that, so the beam on all 3 I-beams, so that this beam sits down kind of onto it. So we'll go start that now. So I decided to go 2 inches in for my notch. That leaves me it sets in good, and leaves me enough board to be strong. So I'll just cut these away. All right, I'm gonna have to chisel the rest of that out. I did bring a chisel. All right, I found the only hammer I could find. It's the 1-claw hammer, yeehaw. Got my chisel here, and we will just mark it off here. Coming. It's gonna need a little bit of fine tuning though. Yeah, a lot of fine tuning. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, you can stop it now. So we got the first notch cut out, and we're going to cut one out here and cut one out there for the other two I-beams. So we'll go at that, and I'll show you the result. Alrighty, I got my notches cut out, my 3 notches. You can see how they just sit down over those old I-beams. One here, they sit down 2 inches. Leaves me enough board to be strong enough to hold people, which is awesome. And then I'm going to put another one. I'll use my foot. Probably, well, we've got a tree over here, so I'm going to make it, I'm going to put it from like here across. And then there's going to be a tiny bit of overhang of these still sticking out, which I'm going to have to probably put a third one on just to cover that end. But anyway, off we go. I'll start in the second one. Okay, so as you can see, we now have our 3 long supports, one up against the house, 2 here. I had to stop this one short because of the tree. What we're going to attempt to do is make some pieces go running across like this to support the deck boards, and then yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, so now I'm putting in, I'm attaching the whole thing, attaching the cross pieces, just screwing them in with 2-inch construction screws. And I'll just go down the line here and get them all attached. These rocks are hard to release. Now, get them lined up good. Need 3 hands to do this. And these are 2x6s, so I'm going to put 3 screws instead of 2 that you use for 2x4s. That way it'll hopefully hold better. There we go. And we'll just continue on down the line. All right, guys, I've put this on with the cross pieces. However, I think I want to put an extra cross piece here because I put a deck board down and there's a little bit of tiny bit of bounce in it. I don't really like that, so I should have got more of these 2x6s, but I didn't. So hopefully I don't run out. So after I get that cross piece on there, I'm going to attach this piece to the front as well, and then we can put our deck boards on. All right, finally got the base all built. So I've got all my cross pieces in. I put the extra one there in the middle. Looks good. And I attached the front little kind of pony piece. And I've walked on it, and it's very sturdy. Now we just got to put on the deck boards, and that'll be it. So here is the final product. I'm going to put a piece of fence board, 1x6 fence board, across the side because it's got a few ends showing, and maybe across the front too to cover up these little divots here. But it wasn't too hard putting the decking on. The hardest part was just cutting around the door here, but it didn't go too bad. I just used a jigsaw, and yeah, it's nice and solid. Looks all right. And it was fun, but it took probably 3 or 4 hours for me to do it. So let me know in the comments what you would have done to make this any faster. I was just using a jigsaw and a skill saw, and I used to cut out the divots. I used chisel. So I just jigsaw up the sides and then chisel away at the center bit. But yeah, it was a fun little project. It's really hot today, so I got really sweaty, but it's done. Let me know what you think.